Just wanted to do one quick update. So, providing an update on the Alumni Service Award recipients. So each year, as you know, the board of directors of the Alumni Association may recognize alumni and friends of the college who have rendered and performed a high degree of service to our beloved Davidson. So this year, we actually had two recipients, both Molly McGowan McNulty and Stephen Gentile. So for those of you that don't know, Molly is currently serving as an attorney. She has served as our class ambassador to the Fund for Davidson for a shocking 14 years. Pretty impressive. During this time, she has also served as the service chair for the Little Rock, Arkansas alumni chapter. And Stephen, who is currently serving as a chief policy officer for the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, is a part of a successful team there and a co-class secretary with his classmate and joint winner of this award this year, Molly. So Stephen has served the college through roles with the Davidson Alumni Recruitment Team and the Game Changers, Inspiring Leaders to Transform the World campaign advanced team in Nashville, Tennessee. So through both their efforts to keep the class of 2006 connected, Molly and Stephen have chronicled both the personal and professional milestones of their classmates. They have called upon as class secretaries to offer a collective voice of joy and at times for us, of course, grief, unfortunately. But they put forth a moving tribute to the bonds that hold our class of 2006 to each other and to Davidson. So just wanted to congratulate both of them, of course, in their absence, but that's a pretty big deal. So both of them co-winners this year of the Alumni Service Award. So that's my update.
Awesome. I think that's my cue. So thank you, Cameron. And just one reminder that we have our very own 06er, Chris Clooney, is doing one of our back to school talks on June 8th at 8 p.m. So if y'all can join for that, I know that'll be a lot of fun. And also just want to remind y'all that we have still until June 30th. If you are looking to give to the college, haven't given yet, we still have until June 30th, at the end of the fiscal year, for that contribution of any amount to count to our class gift. We've set a goal of 115K and 58% participation rate, excuse me. And what's awesome is we're only $7,000 away from that, which is really exciting. And we need, as of at least the numbers I have, 139 more folks to reach our participation goal. And I think what's so important about the class gift, right, is all of the community that we built while we were on campus and that we remain a part of, even off campus. It depends upon coming together like this and the support of the class gift. So if you are interested in giving, please do reach out to Morgan. She can talk to you about, you can reach out to her in the chat. She can talk to you about pledges and longer term gifts, but anything matters, and anything is helpful toward that class gift goal. And it's just been a ton of fun to see y'all tonight. So Chris Clooney on the 8th at 8 p.m. And I think that link just came up in the chat, and don't hesitate to reach out to us, to reach out to Morgan, with regard to hitting those class gift goals. And I think that's my bit. Oh.
Cool. Okay, so Natasha has had the idea, Tessa and Cameron know about this, about doing the Kudo board icebreaker to maybe inspire people to go record their video after this. So if you guys haven't been on there, we have like a class website that's basically like similar to kind of like a social media feed, and a couple of people have posted updates so far already that are just like pictures of their kids, or I think somebody put like a picture of a wedding, maybe Tessa, I don't know. Did you, that was you? Yeah. So we're trying to get lots of people to like post something for reunion, just since we can't be together, so we can see each other's faces, hear each other's voices. Yeah, I guess I can start the I had this idea because I read an article once in a magazine where they asked a bunch of celebrities the same 3 questions, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So I think the questions that I came up with were kind of like just, yeah, post pictures of your crepes on the Kudo board because that's more interesting than your kids. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I put pictures of my kids everywhere. So yeah, I think the questions that I have written were just kind of like, what are you doing now? What's one thing you really miss about Davidson? And then the last question was like, did you learn any interesting skills or hobbies during the pandemic? My kids are also like running around. They'll probably come in 2 seconds. So I will start. So I'm Alice. My old last name was Newman, if you don't remember me. And I am a pastry chef. So actually I've made a lot of crepes. Ironically, even though I did not make them tonight, I have made many crepes in my day. And now I own a small bakery. I do like caterings for weddings and parties and stuff like that. I think what I miss most about Davidson is probably the food, like the huge wall of cereal in Commons, particularly having access to like 30 cereals was pretty great. And then my weird pandemic hobby that I picked up was making friendship bracelets, because for like the first 2 months when I wasn't working, I was trying to keep my hand dexterity up. So I started making like millions of friendship bracelets and giving them to everyone I know, and nobody wanted them. But if anybody wants one, I have like a shoebox full, so I'll send you one in the mail. So that's my 3 facts if somebody else wants to go. I do have a website. It's currently getting a facelift, which is very stressful for me because Natasha, who sent that, knows that I'm very bad at everything with computers. But my business is called Sugar Bomb, and I'll type in the thing when someone else is talking. So someone else can talk about themselves if you like.
I can jump in. Now I'm gonna forget your questions, Alice. Okay, so Tessa Davis, still Davis. I am a law professor and have been here at University of South Carolina since fall of 2014. What do I miss most about Davidson? Honestly, I mean, this is gonna sound really sappy, but it's the people, and you know, Richard and Adrian and I were kind of cutting up at the beginning, and you know, I moved to New Orleans and it had been a while since I'd seen them, but we connect on Facebook, we reconnect, and it's just like, as I bounced around. Cameron, I know you and I saw one another like in New York, I think, when I was there. You know, when I bounced around, it's been Davidson folks. I saw Will Sheffers jumped on, and I was a judicial clerk in Botswana, and I got to see him there, and this is years after we graduated. Like, it's the people. So I do miss that. And I would say just kind of like geeking out and being really academic all the time, but I still kind of get to do that for for my job. Weird or fun habits or talents.
Duh, you made croissants. Like,
yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. I was like, I didn't do anything interesting this whole time. So yeah, I made croissants. There you go.
So, because I hate.
You're not on mute. Oh,
I did. I did it.
No, my flower looks like the
You're
B-side.
so helpful. I appreciate everything you do. So we're just gonna let this thing ride because I hate silence. So the questions. Give us a current life update in 2 seconds, or 2 sentences, not 2 seconds. You want to start? Me.
I don't know. We're still married.
Yeah.
Grace of God.
We got married. Hey, we got
Yay.
married in what are we? 2010.
2010. Yeah. Okay.
So that was a while ago, and we have a 6-year-old now.
He's
And,
on the couch.
and he's off his meds, so he sounds he's like humming and singing to himself, which is great.
You might be able to hear him.
You might hear him at times through this. Big
I'm
life.
a lawyer.
Yeah, my wife's Adrian is an attorney. medical-
Richard was a sommelier, and now he's
once
Wait,
forever.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You're sommelier, Richard's
Yeah.
a sommelier, and right now you're a stay-at-home dad.
I am. Which is awesome.
And okay, next, what do we miss about Davidson?
Oh my god, I miss the conversations. I miss that, like,
Smart people.
I miss that people get my jokes. I miss that, like, you know, like, I miss that people can, like, keep up and, like, you know, you could be talking about nothing and then be talking about something extremely serious and, like, and troubling, and people are right there with you, and they, like, pay attention to the news, and they're considered well-educated people. I miss that.
And
What do you miss? Hey, you don't.
oh, I have to say something too.
Yeah, we're not like one person.
Okay, let's see. We'll come back to that. I don't know. I miss going to class. I'm a lawyer now, but I
Such a
miss.
nerd.
I know, but I miss.
Nerd.
I know, but I
All
like.
right.
I miss like being able to just like sit around and read all day.
You do that anyway.
No, that's all I really want to do.
Okay.
And now I have to like write for other people and do things other people want me to do.
All right.
And then, oh, did we pick up any interesting hobbies? I don't know.
I mean,
We survived.
Robert has
That's
our son has a series of issues that have
Special
required
needs, let's
special
just say
needs.
special
There you go.
So we survived.
We survived, but we've actually made a lot of progress with that, which has been awesome. And then I
I
guess
don't know if we have any special hobbies though.
I mean,
Quirky?
like various cooking things, like we did. I picked up pizza and I started making pizza every
We
Friday.
did some cooking projects,
Yeah, lots.
but
of
we
cooking
were
projects.
already doing
But you know, they progressed.
that. Okay, that's
Anything
it.
else?
No,
All right, we're done.
we're good.
Someone else's turn. Bye.
All right, I'd be happy to go. So, quick update. I moved back to Columbus, Ohio, which is where I'm originally from, after living in Manhattan for 9 years. So that was just before the pandemic. So I moved back in June of 2019. So almost been back 2 years. And I am currently working at JP Morgan, but have applied to a couple of other places. One is a local fundraiser for cancer research, which I actually just had my in-person interviews yesterday, and that's very exciting. So I really hope that that works out, and it would be really, really meaningful, both here for the local community, and you know, they want to really expand and scale what they're doing here. So they've already raised 220 million since its inception in 2008, and so we all want to find a cure. So thing I really miss about Davidson, Richard, I actually really as you were saying that, like, that really resonated with me. You know, a lot of the conversations, I feel like I don't hear the language, you know, with the people that I talk to, you know, just on a daily basis about, you know, general topics. You know, it's that the higher level of dialogue at which you converse with people. It's sorely lacking today, and so I really do miss all of you. So it's the people and the discussions that we had. So I'll take a little piece of both of yours and combine it, because you're right. That's what really made the college experience so special. And then last year, I too sort of picked up cooking. Like, I never really cooked for myself and did tons of HelloFresh meals, and, you know, was home all the time. And we, with my family, extended family, my grandmother, my parents, my sister, are all in Columbus. So we would get together every Tuesday for Taco Tuesdays over the last year. And we had Sunday fun days. And so lots of cooking and just spending a lot of time outside. So now that things are opening back up, excited to re-engage with the world. All right, next up.
I can go. I work as an epidemiologist at the Minnesota Department of Health. I am located now in Minnesota. I spent a very long time working as a research coordinator, focused on research for families who received home visiting services. And so getting into epidemiology was sort of a second career. I was thinking about it, and then the pandemic happened, and I was like, this is good timing. So I have a master's degree in epidemiology and biostatistics, but had an opening to work on this team as a research coordinator. So I spent 9 years doing that. And then, yeah, was able to really luckily transition to this position in August of last year. I miss from Davidson, yeah, just having the time to think and read. And at the time that I was at Davidson, I did not feel like I had a lot of time, but now after I have kids, I feel like, wow, I really don't have a lot of time. So I'm married and I have a 5-year-old named Mariah and a 19-month-old named Luke. And they keep me very busy. During the pandemic, this is very heavy. And so we were close to where George Floyd was murdered. And so I've started to read books about race, and I've read like been part of 3 book discussions. And I feel like I should have done this years ago. Like, this is really important as a human being to know about and be part of the fight for justice. So I feel like that's, yeah, what I've been doing during the pandemic.
That's cool. Did you get to watch the Davidson like webinar they did with Ibram X. Kendi? It was like sometime in the middle of the pandemic.
I have not. I should look for that.
I hope it's recorded. I mean, it was really, really good. And I think like, it was cool. They had like students come on and ask questions, but I'm sure that it's, but you can ask Satasha and see if it's like recorded somewhere, because he's awesome. So it was like a good one to listen to.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was on mute. I should learn how to do this better. It is recorded. I'll put the link in the chat. Also, Clint Smith just released a book, and Davidson College is hosting like a chat with President Carol Quillen and him. So I'll put the link and information about all of it into the chat so y'all can click away, learn, and participate and register, because the event is the 14th, I believe.
Thank you.
Hey, hi guys. I'm sorry to jump in like this, but it's probably better I get this over with, because I have to feed this young man breakfast. Nice to see you all. It's been a while. Currently living in South Korea, Seoul in South Korea, where I've been for the last 8 years actually. I came to do my master's and then ended up getting a job. I'm working now in smart cities and e-government consulting. So it's been a very interesting experience. This is my 19-month-old boy. His name is Marang, and yeah, he's gonna be quiet for the next few minutes, right? And nice to see you, Tessa. What the second question? What I miss about Davidson? So many things. The campus, of course, hanging out at the lake, commons, as was mentioned. I was just telling my wife a few days ago how good we had it with those 19 meal plans and all that stuff. And yeah, I definitely don't take it for granted. The education that I got there, I think, 15 years later, is still very meaningful and playing a role in the things I'm doing now. Being involved with the volunteer side of stuff at Davidson was also something I miss a lot. I haven't had a lot of opportunities to do that, unfortunately, but hopefully there will be time. In terms of things I've learned during the pandemic here, the situation was never that bad. So in terms of restrictions, we were never really on lockdown or anything. So it's just been business as usual. Kind of wish I had a break a little bit from stuff. Thank you all for organizing this. I have to take care of this young man and probably hop off in a bit. So hopefully we get some more chances to talk. So, okay, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
So good to
So
see
good to
you,
see you.
Will. Oh my gosh.
Bye.
It's amazing. It's good to see you. Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah, so now you guys have all rehearsed this. You can go onto the Kudo board and record it so that all of your friends from the class of 2006 can listen. Okay, I think Natasha, do you have any like closing thoughts?
Well, I don't have any closing thoughts. Other than thank you so much for logging in, taking the time on your weekend and your Saturday to participate. Make sure you get the downloadable guide for the CREPS so you can keep it like beyond this weekend or during reunion, so you can always refer back to it. But also know that while y'all are here, we would love for you to, not just give to the college, but give your time and talents to us. So if you think that hosting a class of something or teaching anything to fellow alums and whatnot would be useful, we can definitely do that. We are going to be gearing into in-person / virtual events and hybrid. So we're here to really be creative. I will be working with you all as y'all are still young alums in our eyes. And so I'm your point of touch for the college, and I oversee our Instagram. So if you don't follow us, please follow us. That is my plug. And also go on Davidson Connect and activate your profile so you can connect with other folks and current students if you want to be a resource to them.
Cool.
That's all I got.
Wait,
All right,
how do we
cool.
sign up for
Yes.
that? Like, how do we just reach out?
Davidson Connect?
Davidson Connect. She knows how to, you know how to do that? All right.
Which one? What was you want to connect on?
No, I've taught so many classes on 2 and 1. It'd be about time to do that for Davidson as opposed to.
I will put my email in the chat.
All right.
So you can email me and then we can figure out how to get something started. Because we definitely want to do various events, not just throughout the summer, but in the fall and stuff for your classmates, but then also offer young alums. So like, let's say you know how to file taxes, and that's important for everybody to know eventually in their life. Hey, doing a Zoom on how to do that would make sense.
Cool.
I feel like, was that like expressly directed to me as the tax professor?
Yeah, it was.
I totally forgot that you do know how to do that. But
That's what I heard.
no, that is not just to you, Tessa, but that is in general too, because we do we do
I in
like to
general
definitely.
No one from the college would be at all interested in like experiencing any aspect of my job. Like I always get the the shadow or like engage young alums or current students. I'm like, yeah, but that would be like watching me read, which is not that interesting.
No, don't, y'all. I want you to know.
Sounds
So
rough,
I also oversee like the Instagram takeovers and stuff. Don't think that your life is not fun or creative. It is. It takes the content creator's point of view to kind of switch it up. But we love to have your times and talents and your finances sometimes into your holistic perspective of being an alum for Davidson College. So we really appreciate it. Thank you again for logging in. I'm gonna let y'all have the rest of your night, but y'all have a good one.
Well, thanks for organizing and staying on, Morgan and Natasha. Good to see you guys. Come on Tuesday to the other
Yes,
event.
go to the Chris Clooney event, please. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
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 Thanks, everybody.